This is Yohhamgambal. We're back playing my brand new side LP, Odin Sphere. I am so pumped for this game, you don't even know. This is actually one of my favorite. It's a great game. I actually have it on the PlayStation 2. I mean the PSN version, and I had it for quite a few years, and I've beaten it, and I've played it multiple times. And then I found out they made a remastered of it for the PlayStation 3, which it's actually one of the main reasons I got the PlayStation 4, I'm sorry. And it's an absolute great game, and I'm so excited to share it with you today. So we're going to go ahead and start by reading this part, which is the Valkyrie story. So yeah, this is a very fun game. I'm very excited. So let's go ahead. It's pretty cutscene heavy, so I'm going to try not to talk a ton. I might comment now and then, but you know. So let's just get started. I'm very pumped because the remaking of this game is actually there's a lot of differences from the original, so it's very good.
Griselda! Gwendolyn. It's so quiet now. The sound of battle seems so far away. Seems I cannot follow my king into the final battle. No, don't give up. Gwendolyn, please take this. I have no use for it now. This spear has slain many foes, making a mountain of corpses. The king, Father, will undoubtedly praise my actions. I'm sure he will. Do I see tears in your eyes? You're too kind, sister. Please, do not cry. Your older sister will leave the world as a great warrior. It is so dark here. Gwendolyn, I can't see you.
Griselda, I won't let you be alone for long. I shall be by your side soon enough.
We have lost this battle. There are simply too many enemies. So that is the Shadow Knight. Rumor has it he has made a deal with Halia to acquire such strength. What power?
I will face him.
Princess, you must not!
Kill me now. How long do you intend to keep me pinned down?
Go on. Run away. This battle is over. Any more deaths will just be a waste.
Oh, I'm glad to see you're safe. I had feared you were...
At this point, I cannot go back.
Please, wait. But what good are troops that have lost their leader?
Okay, so here we are, and this is where it kind of gives you the lowdown of how to control your character. You move with the, directional pad, but this game, though, like it was hinting at before, is quite different from the original, and the changes that they make the game considerably easier. Like, normally this game on hard mode is actually kind of pretty difficult, but with the changes they've made, it is considerably a lot easier to deal with due to the couple of different game mechanics. And a couple of different things is, one, these kind of areas right here were not included in the original, if I remember correctly. The original was very flat inland. There wasn't really much terrain to kind of go over. It was pretty flat, so there wasn't like a lot of hidden stuff to find, if I remember correctly. There might have been some jumping platforming like this, but I don't really recall. It's a lot easier to get money in this game too, and they also added a dodge mechanic, which is not in the original, which makes escaping enemy damage very useful. Now, one of the biggest things that's different is the way when you attack. In the original game, if you notice, there's a right near my life bar at the top left corner. There's something that's called POW. Now, originally, these normal attacks with the square would actually take away your power. So, like a 3-hit combo string would potentially take like most of my power away. And if you used it too much, you would get dizzy and you wouldn't be able to attack. So you had to be very particular with your attacks. You couldn't just spam them like crazy. You can kind of spam them in this game without worrying about losing your without becoming dizzy. And like I said, there is a dodge mechanic. Aerial combat in this game has changed drastically. There's also these side moves, which are also a new thing, if I remember right. Aerial combat, like I said, has changed drastically. You can just combo the hell out of enemies in the air. Guarding's a little different too. It's a lot easier. It activates a lot faster, and it feels more useful. And again, there is the evade, which is pretty new. And this attack is still the same, and you can charge it. And I don't remember if that was in the original with the charging. Again, I haven't played the original in quite some time. But the cool thing is, though, you can play the original on here. You can play the original game with its original mechanics if you want. I think it's a good idea to do that at some point. Like, play through this one, then play through the original, so you can kind of get an idea of how this game's evolved in its combat. It's really quite different, though. I prefer this one just because it feels a little more... I mean, I really like the original, don't get me wrong. It just feels a little nice not having to be super conservative with your attacks, because in the original, you would have to be very, very conservative with your attacks, and enemies just take... Bosses in particular take an ungodly amount of damage, and the fact that you had to wait for your power to regain could be very annoying. So it makes fighting just very fast flowing. It almost feels like a Devil May Cry, just how many combos you can string. It's not really quite like that, but it feels very good. So you can really just ham at it, as you can see. Once you know your character's combos, because there are multiple characters you play as, each one plays drastically different from one another, you can just go crazy and just combo the hell out of them. And it is a blast, and I'm glad they did that. It is so much fun. So Gwendolyn can glide, and she can attack like that. So yeah, though, she's a Valkyrie, so she has wings. I absolutely love her character design. This game has some of the best character designs I've ever seen in a video game. It's absolutely exquisite. Gwendolyn and the other female character, Velvet in particular, have to be some of my favorite female designs in all of gaming history. They're just absolutely amazing. So what these little sparkle things, those are phozons or phazons. You want to collect them because that's how you power up your abilities, but also they help regain your magic, which is that blue little, it has my weapon, the spear underneath my health, which is the blue little life. Now, in battles, you are ranked about like how fast you can do things, how many combos you can string together, and how the least amount of damage you can take. You want to try and get S ranks because the better the rank, the more rewards you get for your fight. So here we have text, and this just kind of gives you like a lot of history about what each thing is. So I'm not going to read it. You can read it if you want to pause it, but I will go through them. So phozons are pretty much just magical elements that are the essence of all life in this game. And so here we have another mechanic, which is your health. Now you can you get experience by defeating enemies, which I believe is not in the original. You had to get experience by eating. Eating is actually a big part of this game. And one you can either eat at restaurants, we will soon find, but not right now. So and you can also eat from foods and fruits. And fruits is kind of one of the bigger ones in the beginning until you find restaurants, and then you use the fruits to go in menus and food so that they're better, because you get more experience from foods than you would just get from plain fruits. And so what you want to do is you can press... In the original game, you could release Phozon, but you had to go to your magic menu real quick, and you could only release a set amount. In this one, you can release as much as you want. I'll probably show you the original so you have some context in a bonus episode so you have an idea. Now see, I might... Okay, good. They gave me just enough Phozon. So yeah, though, when you give enough Phozon, the fruits will grow, and then you can go to your menu, which is triangle, and you can eat it. And another useful thing they added is the bulk ability, where you can eat in bulk, because originally you had to eat things individually, but with this you can actually eat it in bulk, so you don't have to open the menu and eat it again. So as you can see, it leveled up. I got more health, and I think it also increases my magic too, if I remember correctly, my magic capacity. So yeah, the Phozons are very important, and they're also used for upgrading your abilities, and yeah, so like I said, though, actually, I'll talk about the magic stuff later. Now, I've already beaten this on normal, but I haven't done it on hard, though. You know what? I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to play it on hard. I've been wanting to play it on hard for a while. I beaten it on normal, actually, like 2 times, and I think it'd be fun to try something a little different, challenge myself a bit, because I love this game. It is absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. But I'm just going to shut up now so we can see the
invasion. Our troops have been lost. The foes had more reinforcements than we had anticipated. We were forced to enter a battle of attrition. The Valkyries suffered many casualties, including Griselda, our commander.
I know of Griselda's fate.
Griselda fought bravely for you to the very end. She entrusted me with a spear in her final moments.
She was the most gallant and noble of all my warriors. That spear is a special weapon known as a cipher. It collects spirits that haunt battlefields and uses their power to smite enemies. Henceforth, you shall wield the spear as you please. We shall launch another assault on the enemy. I shall personally take part in this battle. Send the troops when you're prepared.
Father, is that all you have to say about Griselda?
Words will not bring your sister back. There's no time for sentimentality.
Okay, so we have another text. I don't actually know 100% what the difference is between hard mode. I think enemies that you encounter later on in the game will appear more frequently in the beginning parts, and enemies might take and receive more damage and give. But I think it'll be okay, though. Again, I'm excited for the challenge that might arise from. I'll probably do a little off-screen grinding, though, just to make sure I'm not too overwhelmed. Alright, the Demon's Lord Castles. Let's go ahead and talk.
Princess, we shall regroup with those able to fight. At the moment, just say the word.
Sorry if I cut them off. Again, I hear things like 3 seconds later.
Everyone is rushing to their death.
So I'm gonna maybe have to let them stand there for a second.
Princess, hear me. That spear is a magical weapon called a cipher. The dwarves fashion the crystals out of jewels and use them in the weapons. It uses magical elements called phozons and is able to absorb and release them. It will surely lead you to victory.
Oh, ooh, look at this man. This is a burly dude.
Griselda's dead because she rushed ahead of the main forces. It's certainly not because I was late to the battle.
Lord Brigand. He may be one of our nation's heroes, but I hear he acts as he wishes because my father does nothing to stop him.
To be fair, though, how would you stop a beast of a man like that? Whew, he is scary.
That monstrous beast! She truly is evil.
Ooh, I wonder who they're talking about.
My dear princess, That stone on your spear's a jewel from the netherworld. Did you know that? Traveling from this world to the netherworld. It's very dangerous, and only one man is able to do it, King Odin. If we can obtain that cauldron and fabricate our own jewels, Ragnarok will have no more enemies.
One of my favorite things about this game is the lore, and the intertwining stories we'll get from multiple characters is so cool. So make sure you really keep an eye out for that. Like, remember important plot details so you know where each character is at a certain time.
But he seemed human to me. Why did he let you go?
Sorry for my rambling. Again, I love this game.
Princess Gwendolyn, I'm worried about you. Please stay strong. Thank you, Nearest. I shall bring some tea up to your room later.
Oh yeah, bring me some tea later. So just in context, these things right here are called pukas, and we'll learn a lot more about them. They're actually very interesting. And then these are just gnomes. Or are they dwarves? They're either dwarves or gnomes. I always forget. So yeah, though. Whee! Oh, and right here, these are, this guy reminds me of the shopkeeper from, the beginning of the Aladdin movie. He looks just like him to me. It will not break. It will not. It's broke. So these are just vendors, and you can buy stuff and sell stuff to them. Here we have the mulberry seed, which is that fruit we ate, and then healing tonics. Again, one of the big things of this game is alchemy, and we will be crafting a bunch of different things, and you get a bunch of different scrolls that show you how to do it. But I know pretty much all. I know all the recipes. So yeah. And then we have item boxes, which are, you know, just where you can put your stuff. So let's go ahead. I might end the video here. Yeah, because this will actually end the chapter. But you know, though, I'm going to end the video here, and we'll go ahead and start the next chapter, chapter 1 in the next part. I know this part's a little short, but I want to keep each chapter contained in its own video. So this has been Yohhamgambal. Thanks for watching. See you next time as we continue playing more Odin Sphere. Odin Sphere I don't know its last name. I have the box. I bought the special premium edition with the book, and I love it. And the box, I love boxes. What is the title called? The Leifthrasir. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'll see you in the next part. Bye then.